IVM.
My favorite link is storytel.com/IVM, which is a lovely place to go. Best books available. I'm not saying that because they're forcing me, but stop choking me. All right, I'll do it anyway. Yeah, there's this book which you don't have to read, but if you want to understand what evil actually was like back in the 30s and going on from there, to know more about Adolf Hitler and his weird and ridiculous theories and the hold he had over people and why, you have to read The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich. William L. Shirer. I read it as a 12-year-old. And then I married a woman who's a bit of a fascist. But that's another story. So keep in mind that if you go through storytel.com/IVM, you get a 30-day free trial as against a 14-day free trial on the link. All right, it's very simple. All you got to do is log on to storytel.com/IVM. Millions and millions and millions of stories, many written by me. All that and more, unfolding for your eyes. Find it all on Storytel. The language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen, yaar, don't be so conservative.
You're listening to Cyrus Says.
As we hit election fever, we have Cock and Bull with a revised guest list. Yes, we have Abbas, Amit, me, and we've asked for one of the greats, LK Advani, to be on the show because he has time, but apparently he couldn't come. So Akash, you'll do it?
Yeah.
Super.
Why follow your auntie's advice when you can follow Cyrus Says on Facebook and Twitter to stay updated about the latest shows?
Yeah, I'm very confused because NaMo's latest biopic number 17, which has come out, says it's the journey of a common man. I got a call from the AAP office in Delhi saying, 1 minute, common man is our thing. Kejriwal is the common man. So make up your mind. Is BJP the common man or is Aam Aadmi the common man? All I know is that Rahul is not a common man. He was born rich and he'll stay rich. And I respect that. It's called Cyrus Says. And it's also called Cock and Bull. We'll be right back after this break. As told to me by Elixir.
Hi, my name is Anupam Gupta. I'm B50 on Twitter. I am the host of Paisa Vaisa, the show that talks money. On my show, I speak to experts from every field of money and finance. From stock markets, equities, debt funds, credit cards, life insurance, every possible area of money and finance that you can think of. We even did an episode on cryptocurrency. I've got fantastic guests from mutual funds to personal finance experts everywhere. Robo-advisory, startups, just name it, we've got it. At Paisa Vaisa, we help you make smart decisions about money. You work hard for money. Now make your money work hard for you. New episodes out every Monday and you can listen to my show on the IVM Podcast app or any other podcasting app that you have. Paisa Vaisa is brought to you by Paytm Money.
All right, here we are discussing NaMo TV with Aakash, our
Hello.
comedian of the hour. You've been watching in NaMo TV.
No, I have not been watching.
Have you turned it on?
There's too much sport, so I'm going to have to, give me a little time.
Okay.
Okay, there's a football season is going berserk with the Liverpool Man City for my son. That's, giving me heartbreak problems. And then we've got cricket. A name, can we mention now? Can we mention the name of the outfit?
Yes, we can.
IPL. Sometimes we can mention it, sometimes we can't mention it. It's like New India. We don't know what to say where. Different strokes for different folks.
It's true.
And Amit joins us, and Abbas is always here.
Right.
And today we do Cock and Bull.
Yes.
Do we have any stories?
Let's start with NaMo TV only. NaMo TV was launched last week.
Yeah.
The reason this does not sort of flounder the
Election
commission rules is because it's considered to be like a general entertainment channel.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, it comes under the category of your teleshopping network.
It's a name I would have come up with immediately for a general. It's the first name.
It's a 24-hour infomercial, isn't it? Essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, let me explain to you. They already have one. It's called Republic TV. What's the point of having two?
That's true. Times now not that far behind.
There you go. So
India TV. Have you guys
what's
heard
wrong with the
that one?
Congress? They don't have one.
They're coming. They'll come.
But that's Kapil Sibal's independent channel, but they don't have a real channel of their own.
If you were to ask people, they would say
NDTV.
India Today and NDTV are Congress channels. If you were to ask, they would say that.
I think that's
But
more
I don't think anything
communist
belongs-
TV.
Huh?
Oh. Sorry?
No, but I think this is we've transcended that point where it's party versus party, right? We have to remember that at the end of the day, everything is owned by Viacom. Like, so, it's not like, and Viacom has a stake with, Ambani has a stake there. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter who's in charge. It's like a conduit. The middle person keeps changing. What does it matter?
What happens if you leave one party and join the other? Can you leave one channel and join the other? Because that'll be harder.
You can, no? Like, a lot of people used to leave one channel.
So you're criticizing Rahul Gandhi.
Arnab went from NDTV to Times Now to Republic. So rightward drift.
But he went in the gradient.
But he went in one direction. He went right.
Yeah, rightward drift was there. Exactly.
No, there is that guy, what's his name? Abhisar Sharma or someone who used to be at Aaj Tak. Now he does his independent stuff on YouTube.
Nobody does independent stuff. Oh, from outside India? Yes.
No, from within India only. But he was from a more or less right-leaning.
No, Aaj Tak is very centrist now. Everything has changed.
Now, yes.
Aaj Tak is the hope for India. Because they're actually the middle of the line thing.
Yeah.
Everybody else is all over the place.
But has the middle shifted rightwards?
No, okay. So
absolutely.
Listen, no one is going to be so central. That's never going to happen.
No, but then you have to realize that...
but then the middle will also shift leftwards at some point.
But as a country, we are thoda right.
You're mistaking politics from Mahalakshmi Station. No, that's central, as far as I know. Used to be.
Western.
It's middle class show off.
Central is Dombivli.
Stop it. Now you got
You
one on
even
me.
know Dombivli.
I've heard of these two people.
But the interesting thing here is it is also categorized as a news channel. So NaMo TV is an entertainment and a news channel.
No, but you can, right? So they can say like a multi-purpose channel. It doesn't have to be one genre. Am I right?
I would assume so. I honestly don't understand this.
You have feature
doctrine,
programming
right?
also on news channels and vice versa.
Yeah.
You can have reality programming on the other.
No, but I don't understand what is the rule exactly, right?
Why can't it be on the right channel, MTV? After Roadies, I would expect
Nobody's watching it, I think.
Roadie? MTV or NaMo?
MTV.
Roadies.
So hence, let's mix them up.
Roadies. People are watching Roadies.
Politicians on
NaMo
bikes.
should come. Like, imagine if NaMo came on Roadies like how Obama
That's
came
what
on
I'm
late night. You mean like that?
That's what I'm saying. All of them on bikes. The entire party. Up and down Chandigarh.
And
Sector
NaMo will ride
55.
that rock of his. Like the big, he'll run on the rock.
He'd have to be on an Indian because, Indian, please explain that Indian is a bike. I don't want any trouble. The most famous bike, in fact.
Or like
you don't know?
Really?
Nobody's heard of the Indian?
The Indian.
It's called the Indian. Famous
bike
American
is this?
bike.
I haven't heard.
Like the Norton is famous English bike. You guys don't know
I've
bikes?
never heard of that.
I don't
You
know.
know
this
BSc
bike.
SLR with Vijay
Yeah.
Amitraj in the
Yeah,
ad?
I know.
Okay, you know something.
But why is it called the Indian?
Red Indian wala
It's called,
Indian.
it's actually it's almost
So
racist.
is it
Yes.
Harley?
It's not
Davidson
almost
or what?
Harley
racist.
Davidson
It's very clearly racist.
Companies.
It's the name of a company. The Indian is a bike
Yes,
company.
yes. Google it, damn you. Google it. If you don't believe
Okay.
me.
I had absolutely no idea.
Yeah. That's why all the right-wing parties will be happier with the Indian.
Is it
Indian?
owned by...
Now, of course, if a bike was called a Pakistani, that could be a problem. Don't park it here. Please park outside this line.
I had interesting conversations over the weekend about NaMo TV, right? So I had some family get-togethers. And it was quite this... Like, so someone aunt was saying something along the lines that, I was getting really irritated with the news channels. They're fighting so much is this. Then I started watching NaMo TV and it's so shant.
So there's no argument or counter-argument. That's the way TV should be. There should be only one way.
But this is very, my parents do the same thing.
Yeah.
My dad shouts at the TV and he says, Ki, kuch bhi bol rahe log, kuch bhi bol rahe log. And then, NaMo says that Alexander lost to Indians. And
he's
my
happy.
dad is like, oh, yeah.
No, that's not the problem. He said Alexander was in Takshila. He never went east. Please understand. All right? His people didn't want to travel after some time. They met Puru, they had a little fun, crossed the Indus and crossed back. That's it. Nothing much more happened. But why get into that? I don't give a history lesson because I've not got a job on NaMo TV or any other TV. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, Cyrus, are you aware of this app called Tik Tok?
Of course. I'm a Chinese citizen.
So TikTok has there's a Madras High Court has ordered the
they've
center
banned
to
it,
ban
right? Because of suicidal...
because it apparently promotes
Encourages-
pornography.
Child pornography, to be
child
specific.
pornography and also violence and things like that, right?
Why not?
Violence so much. I can't promote violence
child
in like
pornography.
10
Madras High
second
Court,
videos.
But I know they banned.
This is the High Court that once asked the government to look into TV soaps trying to get people into extramarital affairs. Okay, so let's not take them. I wouldn't take them too
Now
seriously.
listen, you're a travelling comedian. Don't take panga with states where they can pay you money to come and perform. I will give you a list of states who have no money. Tamil Nadu has lots of money. Say sorry.
It says Madras High Court orders center to ban TikTok for quote unquote causing pedophiles.
Causing pedophiles?
Yeah.
No, but it's the same thinking of in the West about whether you should ban guns or not, or gun advertising.
But why only TikTok?
No. One sec. Because your protagonist is killing people. Rambo is killing people, for example. So I can make the transitive property. You know that through Rambo there's a gun. Through the gun people die, and so through the gun people die. So gun is being in Rambo's hand.
So
there's a difference in intent of the
backstory.
platform here.
No, there's backstory also here. Because TikTok used to be called Musically.
Yes.
And Musically was fined in the US for collecting data on minors illegally.
Is Musically the second brother of Lucky Ali?
The younger cousin.
Younger cousin. All right.
And they
Ignore
were
and
banned
move on, yeah.
for taking information on minors illegally.
But
Collecting data.
but what kind of information? Is it
Their
sexuality?
location,
No.
their location, their age, what they look like, all of this.
But what is the
data.
point of that information?
But that's not the point. Is
The
you don't
point is
hold
you're not allowed
photos of
to.
kids on the internet, man. Like
Right.
don't just
You're not allowed to keep the information.
without the
That was
parental consent. So I mean,
Right.
these people do have a track record of doing shit.
So you're for the ban.
I'm not for the ban.
How do you feel about Tic Tac, which is my favorite sweet?
It's too sweet.
Too sweet. Yeah. How about banning Tic
Depends
Tac?
on which one. Spearmint's not bad.
Yeah, I think the
Green one
orange,
is nice.
orange flavor.
Orange
the
is
best.
too
They have
much.
a
Orange is-
pan flavor,
Hello,
which is pretty
which
good.
country you're
Soft
living in?
flavor.
Orange is the way to go, brother.
Okay.
There's not even
Watch your
any
mouth,
mint in the orange, man.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Have you ever tried the white and orange
Because
together?
mint is green.
Have you ever tried? have you ever tried? Abbas, let's leave it there. Let's leave it there. Let's move on. Yeah, I was trying to bring them together, white and orange. A little bit of Rahu, a little bit of Namo, chiki chiki chuku chuku tiki tiki tack.
No, but to close on this, I just feel like I think on one hand it's very important that the High Court talks to the government regularly on these things. Like if the High Court feels like something is stressful, then it should direct the government to it. But to enforce the ban before the investigation, I think is a little excessive.
See, and this is why you guys make fun of the.
But
when
they didn't. They've not asked for a ban. So
No,
they haven't been
interim
able to play
They
a
can't
ban.
also.
They've asked for one. They haven't been able
They've
to.
asked for one.
But to ask for one, like I'll give you another example. Okay, Abhi Jio has banned porn based on that judgment that was made
Right.
by the other High Court. But see, these are things where a state High Court should not affect a national thing. Is what
Of
my
course.
point
This is
I agree with
why
that.
when we have commissions and judges in plural, we make fun of them. Commission. What is the point of commission? A bureaucratic thing. But commission makes sense because one man ruling is always dangerous because everybody has a bias.
Yeah.
But I just have a bias. There's pornography for sure. Whatever.
Yeah.
No, but
But sometimes in
so-
plenty we have some sort of thought process which is more coherent. Sometimes.
Yeah.
The TikTok also. So here's the thing about TikTok, right? And I mean, like TikTok is mostly consumed by people with much lower incomes, what you would call the underclass in this country.
People
Much
who don't listen to the show, then why are we discussing it?
Well, we're discussing issues,
We're
right?
just watching the clock go tick tock on an issue which makes no sense because only rich people listen to my show. By the way,
There are
if you want to sell Audis, this is the show to sell it on.
It is a show. We are
Mercedes
trying to-
Benz, this is the show.
This
Let's
is
say
one.
Audi. Let's take with one. Good
There
more
is,
like
there is a large fan base which watches these videos ironically. These TikTok
including
videos.
including every comic in the dude. There's a page called
Don't say
Slender
every
and
comic,
Moist
say you.
TikTok star. You know the ones I'm talking about?
No.
So there is this Facebook page called
There's
Reptiles
Utsav
of
Watch.
Kurla.
There's poor Utsav
Called what?
Watch.
Reptiles of Kurla.
Okay.
Which is basically TikTok kids on TikTok crying and doing whatever fun dumb things that
right.
they do, and it's actually a really popular page. They take stuff off of TikTok, they share. So it's become a huge ecosystem of content being created and shared. So it's not that easy to ban.
And people
also.
now know the word Kurla.
Yeah.
We try to hide it for many years. It's gone out
people-
there into the
And
stratosphere.
people also know what reptile means now. That's also interesting.
We have reptiles in this country? Come on.
What I was
Two
trying to-
tigers, one peacock, and many cows.
Yeah, more than there used to be. But yeah, no, so what I was trying to say was this idea that they're trying to ban something where there's expression coming from the underclass, right?
Yeah.
And that I feel is a...
Oh, आपने तो इसका issue
Oh,
बना
you made it
लिया.
into a snobbish issue, huh? I like it, right? You brought class into it. We forgot about class issues. Very good, very
It
good.
is a class issue. All the same shit that's on TikTok, all the same stuff that they're talking about is all on YouTube.
And on Snapchat and on Instagram.
and on all these things, right? But why is TikTok being pulled out? Because
Because
TikTok
it's
is...
lower class medium.
Yeah.
So it's Hindi medium versus Angrezi medium. I like your thinking.
Yeah. No, it really is. I
We
mean,
can start a civil war on
There
this
is an
alone.
elitism to this idea that, I mean, like... people who are less fortunate don't deserve the same kinds of protections.
Or
that
have to be
people
told what to do.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
also that. It's
there is
the
that,
imperialism that's involved.
There is, and it's disgusting.
I love imperialism.
But TikTok also used very heavily for right-wing propaganda also.
Yeah.
But so what? It's
But
used
not
for
in
all
Tamil
kinds of-
Nadu.
It's also used for propaganda from the Maoists, right?
Right.
So I mean, like it is all mediums are used for everything. You can't blame the media.
one
You
minute.
have to blame the content.
Let me understand. I'm a pedophile. I go to TikTok to get pedophile literature, and then I become a card-carrying member of a communist party who indulges in violence against capitalist societies.
Yeah, pretty much.
That sounds
So
about
from
right.
pedophile, I've gone to terrorist in just 5 minutes on TikTok.
But it's interesting because if you're a pedophile, why would you even bother with TikTok? Like, there are enough Instagram accounts which are...
Are these
popular.
jokers on 2611?
No, I'm serious.
He's absolutely right.
Like, why would you... Are you really telling me that there is only one app where all the pedophiles go? I mean, it's a...
Why didn't you tell us, Aakash? Get off your chest.
YouTube about a year ago got into a massive amount of trouble over this, right?
Yeah.
A massive amount of trouble. They lost advertising all over the place because there was a major report written by, I think, The Verge or the New York Times, one of the two of them, and they put this. They basically started looking at how much pedophilia content, how much pedophilic content there is on YouTube.
And how much was there?
It's crazy, bro. It's
do you know
disturbing.
how much?
So the tube in YouTube was exposed.
Do you know how much
How
content
dare
is
you,
uploaded? Do you know how much content is uploaded to YouTube every hour? Every hour, more than 10,000 hours worth of content is uploaded.
Now, how do they? Regulate?
They
don't
can't monitor
regulate it.
They can't. They have some AI algorithms. They have some stuff which pulls some stuff
These
off.
are just things to keep us off their back. We have algorithms in place.
but
We will
I
have
tell
checks
you-
and
so
balances.
There was another article that came out. Facebook, lots of video and stuff like that, right? Facebook is deleting 1 million videos a day on the basis of the Indian elections.
Yeah.
Really?
1 million videos
Propaganda.
a day. Propaganda videos that are basically being
Bio
pushed
pictures.
by this.
Hate videos and stuff.
Hate videos
videos.
or videos which are being brigaded. Congress, BJP, all of
What
them.
about the songs? Some of them are terrible.
Yeah. No, but 1 million videos a day they're putting down from Facebook. And
1
Facebook
million.
is not
Right.
YouTube.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, just the sheer amount of content that's out there is kind of insane. So, to kind of pick on TikTok, because the
My
people
point
who are
precisely.
using TikTok
Very good.
are
You've
not-
convinced me.
Yeah.
TikTok Zindabad. TikTok Zindabad. What for TikTok? Is that okay?
Next topic.
Poetic license.
So Rahul Gandhi took a dig at the Prime Minister saying,
Every 20 minutes, actually.
scared of debating me on corruption, I can make it easier for you. Let's go open book so you can prepare on Rafale, Nirav Modi and Amit Shah and demonetization. Now my point is that will there ever be a day where...
Was this tweet
Prime
made in
Minister-
English?
It was made in English.
So he missed most of his target
And
audience.
he's like, he put a hashtag also, scared to debate. 2 as in the number 2.
Because
But I would like them to debate the American style, yeah? Okay, language is an
that's
issue.
what I'm saying.
Namo will be more
Will there
comfortable
ever be
in Hindi, Gujarati, this guy in English. I understand that point. But other than that, I would like them to go open. You know, I think because it's
I
like their
agree.
IPL. Politicians, statesmen should come across and say, chest to chest, let's do this
But
as a
that's-
contest. What's wrong with that?
I do agree with that, but here would be my contention. Here would be my issue or question around it, right? Why would it only be Congress versus BJP? Why would Mayawati not be there? Why would Mamata Banerjee
Forget the
not be there?
specifics of this case. I'm just saying generally, if you could have a sort of,
I
the top
agree.
5-6 statesmen having shots at each other over debates which are slightly prepared.
So-
you have a moderator like Aakash sitting there and taking the topic back onto...
I love
You
the-
don't want them just name calling. Sorry. You don't want them just name calling.
Yeah.
But because you want to hear what they have to say. Come on, now tell me what you have to say. For example, two of them, if they're going to talk about, say, the Rafale scam, tell me what you have to say. If you want to talk about 2G scam of Congress, tell me what you have to say. Let's hear it.
I love the idea. It really is a question of how do you kind of make one of these things fair, right? Because like even so, look at the U.S. right now. There is a Democratic primary which is going to happen. A lot of people are basically saying that I want to run for president, right? There is a guy named Andrew Yang who's a venture capitalist. There's a mayor, openly gay mayor, who is running for this.
Yeah.
Besides the mainstream candidates like Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, Cory Brewer, all these guys. How do you have a debate with so many people, and how do you decide who's in and
it's
who's
almost like
out?
a reality show. You put them on a platform and say, let's go.
But who's in and who's out? in that?
Rottweiler versus Rottweiler. No, so I'm just saying you put them there so that we get a taste of who they are.
Right.
I think, and you tell me honestly, you've been studying American politics, some say you fix American politics. Doesn't it matter that the debate that happens at whatever level of politics, when they have those open debates, the poll results the next day are completely different sometimes.
They do. They
when you've had a
change.
really,
They
they
make a
change.
big
They actually
difference.
change because one guy has steamrolled the other guy.
I think the concern more than doing a debate or not doing a debate is the fact that we've reached a point where facts aren't relevant anymore. It's all feelings.
Yeah.
Everybody's just
But
chugging
isn't
feelings.
that, isn't that more
That's all
more of a reason for us
A
to
debate.
have those debates?
So my concern, even when it comes to a debate, is not so much that like it won't be fruitful because the argument will not have numbers. It will just be more of the same grandstanding, but in a different
It will
context.
be emotive, but I mean, like, if the voters
remember-
are looking for emotive, it is emotive. What can you do about that?
No,
For
no,
me,
it's not the question.
with this whole India-Pakistan bashing issue that goes on, I would give the vote to anyone who quotes Toba Tek Singh. Oh, paddi giddi angsti begyani, mung di dal of the Pakistan and Indian government. Immediately. That makes the most sense to me. No, so I'm just saying, once you put them together, it's almost like gladiators in a pit. Now come prove yourself. Because what is your words are everything. Now come on, talk now. If there are debates, hot debates, 3 for you and 3 against you, let's go for it. Now give me your facts and figures because if they point fingers
See,
at each
that's
other all
what
the
I
time.
want.
Kal corruption, this, that.
Yeah.
I mean, it means
Facts
nothing.
and figures, but-
Facts and figures,
So-
and to and fro, bro. To and fro.
Yeah.
But Cyrus, how will that be any different from the spokesperson of both those parties who yell at news channels?
See, there has to be some order. It has to, exactly.
Different format.
You have to have some order. It's like a sport. You have to have. It's almost like a match.
You have to mute everyone else
Yeah.
firstly.
And no,
You have a button on your
There is
damn
an
phone.
anchor. Technically, there's an anchor for those shows
Akash
also.
versus
But the
Amit.
anchor is
No, but they don't
promoting this.
follow anything, Baba.
No,
Yeah,
parliamentary debate you do, na proper.
You watch the American system, it's pretty good. And they leave a very strong impression with the tele audience and the audience sitting there, and they're caught with their pants down sometimes.
Yeah, but
and that's
the
great.
anchor who's hosting these debates is usually a CNN anchor or an NBC anchor. So
Some
You find
unbiased.
I'll get a foreigner. Now, what the hell difference does it make? I'll get a German to do it. Come on, we'll find a
these
way.
are negotiated, right? The rules of a debate are negotiated. Are they going to be open? Are they going to be closed? What is the amount of rebuttal you're going to get
It
for
has
each
to
point?
be.
They're negotiated
It has to be
rules.
for and rebuttal, and it has to be disciplined. It cannot be madness. I'm sorry, your friend in Republic TV cannot come and do his show there.
Yeah.
I won't allow it because this is my idea.
But then if
Akash is the moderator, I've already decided.
If you get someone from the NDTV, they'll be like, now you're getting someone from.
No, so we won't. Now you have to find someone who.
We'll get someone from BBC.
No, we get London. Yeah, we get someone who's not involved with Indian politics. That's all. These are the
You have
logistics.
multiple debates and you have different people hosting them.
I
right?
want them to do exercises also. I think there should be like physical issues as well, like 50 push-ups, 10 pull-ups,
That's good.
running around the room.
There are videos of PM doing yoga.
And also like jello shots and stuff like that. But maybe that's for later.
Little later,
Maybe
maybe.
after they win.
2 elections later, maybe.
And not in Gujarat, from what I gather. All right, we have to take a break. Apparently, we're just getting calls from the Aam Aadmi Party saying put us in as well. Mentioned us. So this is a tribute to Kejriwal. Akash, you have a cough, right?
Yes.
Go on. Back after the break.
Did I just catch you on your way to work? Or did you end up pulling an all-nighter? Let me guess. You have a packed schedule for the day, the week, and probably the month and the year. That's a lot for your mind to handle, don't you think? This buzzing chaos also brings tons of negative thoughts. Am I right? Try spinning that bottle in a positive direction with me, Chetna, on the Positively Unlimited podcast, every Monday on IBM Podcasts. It's time to change your life one alphabet at a time.
All right, back here. Lots to talk about. So many things happening.
Absolutely.
Sport, politics. Sometimes they merge into one another. And Bollywood spokespersons. I think our country is really in trouble when Bollywood speaks for everything. If there's a tsunami in Greece, Bollywood will answer. Some two-bit actress in some tele-serial will tell you, Greece mein tsunami aayi. Sorry, that was my impression.
Did you see this? There's a contingent of Bollywood now which is asking people not to vote for the BJP. Against which Anupam Kher again tweeted saying that now there's no, at least there's no more facade of which side you're on.
Oh, wow.
But, I mean,
now I'm going to watch Anupam Kher's films.
No, but I mean, like, why? Well, I mean, Anupam Kher, there's been no facade on which side
Exactly,
he's
yeah.
on either, right?
So his point is, I'm not a hypocrite. But he's not wrong.
He's not wrong
He's
about
been
that.
completely, I support this government. Other people don't say
But
anything.
then again,
So
the people who did sign
Veil of
this,
silence.
Nasruddin Shah, Ratna Pathak
Yeah, exactly.
Shah,
Anand Patwardhan.
No one we didn't
Swara
expect.
Bhaskar,
Yeah.
these are not...
It's people you knew.
yeah.
you know, I mean, like, these were opposite.
Normal
These
people,
were
you're
clearly
saying.
not...
It's not not
sad.
one person on that
Anupam-
list I saw and I was like, hey.
yeah, exactly.
like what would have been great? And then you say he's a great actor. If it was Vivek Oberoi, anti-BJP. What an actor. Only picture करने के बाद. Sala.
Or if suddenly like you saw Narendra Modi sign there.
Yeah.
You're like, hey.
I wanted to be an actor. And I've done well so far.
Yeah, screw the BJP, I'm going back to TV.
But you know,
To the theatre.
one actor who kind of qualifies for that is Paresh Rawal, who openly
Rawal is
supports the
super
BJP.
BJP.
But then in his films, he often plays a moderate.
Yeah,
where-
but it's so interesting.
But that's
because-
acting for money.
Sure.
Yeah, but this is the same guy. Like, there used to be YouTube videos of him saying very clearly anti-Muslim stuff during rallies in Ahmedabad and all.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Paresh Rawal?
From
Don't
sheer,
come on, really?
dude, he's saying stuff like इधर ये शेर का state है, मैं बकरी वाले का state, ऐसा सब बोल रहे हो. हाँ.
Really?
And yeah, and if you see also.
But there's no tigers in Gujarat.
Huh? That doesn't matter, man.
So he's wrong
The
then.
lions, no?
Yeah, but you say
Lions.
sing for lion. You don't say share.
In Gujarati. sir.
Gujarat.
No, you can't do that. You just can't make up names.
See.
Sing, correct. Sin is correct. Correct. With a no.
the
But
G is silent.
Wag in Marathi, I think something close to that in Gujarati, but definitely not share. Share is tiger.
But basically he meant it is lion. Anyway, my point
It's not
is,
good enough. You gotta get it right. I'm an animal person. You can't tell me I killed a dog, you meant the cat. What the hell? It's like that famous Curb Your Enthusiasm. Remember Curb Your Enthusiasm when the obituary is he misses the letter?
Yeah.
He's supposed to say my beloved aunt and he says my beloved C instead of A.
Yeah.
And so the whole story changes.
That's funny. That's funny.
It's not funny, it's sad.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I think that's a good segue to our next story, the BJP manifesto, because they also made a wonderful they also made a wonderful mistake in their manifesto. I don't know if you read this, but point number 11 in women's Women's security will be given more priority. Women's security will be given more priority. We have constituted the Women's Security Division in Home Ministry and have made strict provisions for transferring the laws in order to commit crimes against women. In particular, in a time-bound investigation and trial.
So now, when they are being open and honest, you all are not applauding them? I say applaud. Everybody applaud. Come on.
And instead of trial for rape, it's trail for rape.
Wow.
Okay, so all I'm saying is कि मतलब ये
in the age of autocorrects, with the kind of money and machinery and the people working for you, really, you'd expect it from a left party, we have only one computer, one typewriter. Auntie ji ke haath toot gayi, she can't print.
But it's so interesting that this is the party that embraced technology before everyone else, and they don't know autocorrect works.
Ouch!
But these are not miscorrected spellings.
I think it's a Freudian slip.
Exactly.
Or translated. You see, when you translate, if it's written first in Hindi or Gujarati or Hindi or whatever, and then you translate another language, a lot of things change sometimes if you're not paying attention.
Yeah, maybe it's
You need to copy it into Word. And
trial trail.
It's too much Google Docs dominance. Google Docs does not have the grammar correct that Word does.
And trial trail is a tremendous mistake. You can make it any time.
Yeah,
I'm not taking this side.
And both of them are
crime against women. Crime against women.
Yeah, again, but it's
in order to commit crimes against women, not even to come.
So the word not is missing.
Commit and prevent.
Yes, the word not is missing. KNOT not, of course. That would even confuse the issue more. Lovely. I'm all for manifestos.
Yeah.
Manifestos should be shared earlier than this, but how do we always come out with the manifesto 5 minutes to go? We now got it together.
By the time you finish reading it, the election is gone.
Should all the manifestos say make India a happy place, a place of employment, a place of fun, a place of love? A place where people don't hate and there's no anger and animosity.
This is that same conversation of...
That nobody wants that. Nobody thinks about that. I mean, it's pretty simple. Life is simple. It's not difficult.
This is the same Ram Raja conversation we had a year ago, like if you remember. Because, the conversation was always when Yogi asked for Ram Raja, I get scared. When Modi used to say Ram Raja, I was okay with it because Modi is not wearing all orange.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
Modi doesn't scare you like Yogi
says. Because Modi is not wearing orange color and walking around despite being PM of a country, man. That's why. You don't wear all orange. Have you seen that guy?
Yogi's dialogue delivery is scarier.
No, also
accent में होता है ना आप यूपी का है तो you just do it in the UP accent just एक बार बोलो.
No, it's just that it's about.
I would ask Abbas to Ram Raja, which has caused more riots.
No, it's just that everybody wants the same things, but how they hope to achieve it is different.
I'm just saying it's like Sehwag batting. Sometimes it's just simple, no? See the ball, hit it. That's it. You read the length and try and get the most out of it. Terrible metaphor, yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, if they just think, it's very simple governance, right? It's society better, Samaj ka seva, make it better.
Yeah, but
happier,
by
nicer.
that logic,
tough.
But
every religion is also doing the same
But
thing.
see, that's the end goal for everybody in their own minds, right? It's the methodology.
But what is this? You're going straight into you're bribing, for example. I'll give you 15 lakhs. 15 lakhs I'll bring back. Nice scheme. 6,000 per month.
Yeah.
Nobody come on. What are they talking about?
No, but again,
where are they going to pull out all these rabbits out of the hats?
These things are important to the people who they're important to, right?
Yeah, but these are all false promises. I'm saying just start low. And
so here's the thing, right? Some of these are not necessarily false promises in that sense.
You think they can sustain this Nyaya scheme?
The Naya scheme?
The 72,000 for 20% of our population?
Depends on what they do.
But explain to me, give me the maths.
So the idea is that
give me the maths, tell me how they'll do it.
If you do massive disinvestment across all PSUs...
So you'll take off everything.
Huh?
You'll disinvest from everywhere.
You disinvest from everything, stop all other subsidies.
You're talking about 400 million, 300 million people roughly.
Right.
Okay, 300 million people, you're going to give how much money per year? 72,000. Do the maths.
No.
I got 30
And you'll
million
disinvest from where? Air India will shut down what?
Disinvest from Air India, disinvest from steel companies, disinvest from mining issues.
But you can't do that, Amit. That's ridiculous. You can't do that.
Of course you
can't
can't.
change the infrastructure overnight like that.
No, there's sick units. They need to go anyway, most of them.
And this is not the...
Jet is closed down. Air India, you shut down.
You don't shut Air India down. You sell it to somebody.
You sell it, and nobody's willing to buy it.
Who's going to buy it? It's the premium that you want, so you can't disinvest.
The reason they're not willing to buy it is because of all of the bullshit around Air India, right? You eliminate that bullshit and you will find 100 buyers for it.
See, also you have to understand that money that is going to go is not going to all just go on cash in hand. It's going to be a lot of subsidies that will be cancelled, a lot of taxes that will be cancelled.
So now Aakash and Amit, I've exposed you as Congress supporters because you believe in Rahul Gandhi's scheme and you have exposed yourselves. You hate the BJP and you have admitted on the show. And me, Abbas, the minorities here, actually have not given trouble to the government.
Okay, this is what I believe, right? I believe that direct cash transfer is a better way to kind of provide subsidies than to do these kinds of more complicated things that, if your income is below...
direct cash transfer?
If you are a poor person...
Give the money in hand.
Give them money. Rather than...
From what angle hum garib desh hai? Garib desh kahan se aayega?
Every experiment that they've done with this
has proven to be successful.
Basic maths is all normal with three of us. I'm just asking you. You've got 17,000 rupees you want to promise me per year, per family. Okay, per family.
Yes.
Do the maths for about 100 million families.
You're not listening. That's not the point. I know you're wondering how will the money come. The money can come if it has to come. I would be concerned about, Cyrus.
Akash, aren't you guju?
That's why I know
you
the
don't
money.
understand this?
The money is there.
I understand this better.
The money is there. You have to take other steps. If you take other steps, the money is there.
Yeah.
Do you know Rajesh Jain of Netco?
I'll pretend I do.
Okay, all right. So Rajesh Jain is a guy who he's a tech entrepreneur, been around for the last 25 years. He has, over the last 5 years or so, become more social service driven rather than this, right? He has an entire kind of plan right now called Dhan Wapsi. According to his plan, we can give every single family, and this is the same, this is a family.
Every single family. Not poor family, that's 20% of the population.
Every single family. He says every single family can be given 1.5 lakh rupees a year. If we disinvest, and he's had economists work on this stuff,
so 1.5 lakhs a year going forward, not for 1 year, going forward, 5 years at least. For 5 years, for a term at least.
Every single family, you get it, I get it, Akash gets it, poor people get it, but you have to do the disinvestment that comes with it.
And also you cannot just discounting that.
So why hasn't the BJP government or the Congress government prior to this ever thought of this?
Because they don't want to give up the power of all the
because they
investment that they have.
disenfranchise people around, what will happen there also with that?
You have to.
You're going to disemploy people. What are you going to do?
So all these banks will... All these bank employees will fucking freak the fuck out, right?
Yeah, but you can't just do that now because it's a humane issue. Then so many families are affected on the other side.
So here's the thing.
You can offer them 1.5 lakhs. And the guy who's only 22 lakhs a year will say,
Is it a humane issue if you're not doing your job properly? It's not. You will get fired because you're not concontributing to the company you work in. That's fair.
I don't know. I think you wonderful pundits here have solved all the economic issues of the world. Why don't we start with a slightly more upmarket state like Sweden? Make them a happier place.
So they have so Sweden has started a UBI plan.
Yeah.
Sweden has started a UBI plan.
Which came from the Congress manifesto in India.
Well, this is not a UBI plan. This is basically you're still doing some sort of income cutoff, right? A UBI plan is for everybody. Rajesh's plan is a UBI plan, right? It is not exactly UBI, but it is somewhat of a UBI plan.
would involve an individual getting
UBI means
exactly. This is
stands for
Universal Basic Income.
Universal Basic Income.
Yeah.
Abbas, think about it. 1.5 lakhs if we leave for Sweden.
Yes.
1.5 lakhs a year. What are you? Seriously, 12,000 rupees a year. What are you going to do? 12,000 rupees a month. Bloody fuel bill will not even get covered.
Protein shake.
That's true. Breakfast bars.
All right, listen, we're bored. Thank you so much. It's very interesting. Macroeconomics is always a subject that fascinates me. I feel I'm losing my erection. I just talk about this and I feel horny again. So God bless both of you all. AMA, thank God. Yes, AMA time.
My favorite part of this.
Fred I. Kent and Lee Iacocca together have just opened my minds.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another awesome week on the IVM Podcast. If you're not following us on social media, please make sure that you do. We're IVM Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So just wanted to make a note for everybody. We do have this new Alexa skill that we've created for Cyrus Says. If you have an Alexa, please say play Cyrus Says, and you should be able to listen to the podcast on the Alexa from now on. On The Seen and the Unseen, Amit Verma talks to the columnist and author Akar Patel about the history, present and future of the Hindutva ideology and how it transformed Indian politics and society. This week on Shunya, we talk to co-founder and CEO of Remito, Kanchan Kumar. He discusses the journey of how he started his own companies. The episode also gives us an insight into the advanced payment systems in India as compared to the rest of the world. On Football Twaddle, the boys have come together to talk about last weekend's EPL matches. They also discuss the state of Indian football and the problems arising in the ISL and I-League. This week on Simplified, discover how internet travels from one place to another. The answer might surprise you. We have launched a brand new sports show called What a Player, where the hosts give you insights about the latest games, scores, and strategies. Do check it out for updates about the ongoing T20 Cricket League. New episodes are out every morning. Your favorite host, Vishal Gondal, is back with the third season of The Vishal Gondal Show, and Alok Kejriwal joins him on the first episode to talk about business, spirituality, and why he stopped wearing his socks. Didn't get the reference? For that, you got to listen to the episode. On the Habit Coach podcast, Ashton answers the most asked question on social media on how to beat the heat. And with that, let's get on with your show.
If you have any questions for Cyrus, write to us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Or you can send an email to whatcyrussays@gmail.com.
Welcome back. We were doing our Amit Verma jokes, but for some reason it's not working.
All right, this one comes from Gandhar Parkhi. Hi, why are there almost zero right-wing comedians in India currently? Were there any in the past?
Do you not watch Republic? It's called Republic, the whole channel. What's wrong with this guy?
There are also many right-wing comedians. I've gone to a couple of the Gujarati,
Oh God, in Gujarati it'll be real hard now.
Yeah, no,
Try not.
Daire wale.
Daire wala, it's like
Gujarati
the Hasya Kavi type thing. It's that full evening of...
In Mumbai?
Yeah. Status restaurant, most of them. Samrat restaurant, a few of them. But yeah.
To as being the comic here, I would say there are lots. I think you need to go out and watch them. And I think,
English, are there?
Yeah. And a lot of the times, if you know how you can tell someone's
So I want to watch a right-wing comedian. Give me a
they
name.
spend a lot of time talking about cars and dogs and shit because they don't want to talk about issues because they're a little worried.
Tell me the name. Give me a name.
There's a comedian called Nitin Gupta.
Nitin is not right-wing.
From the Gupta industry.
To call Nitin right-wing is...
Right-wing as in, no comedian is blindly right or left, but Nitin
please,
Gupta
there are a
aligns,
lot of blindly left
Nitin Gupta
comics.
aligns more or less with the right.
Okay, can you
But
give me-
there
Can you give
is
me one of
stuff-
his comments? One.
Rivaldo.
during
Yeah,
the
that's a
during the
great line.
Kanhaiya Kumar, the whole Kanhaiya Kumar controversy, he was of the opinion that you can't just give slogans against India and go scot free like that.
He's a comedian?
He's
Yeah,
a
he's a
comedian.
comic.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
He has a wonderful line. One of the things he talks about is the men and women.
There's a wonderful line of people leaving the theatre.
And dude, he's quite something to
He's
watch.
huge.
And then,
He's
but
jumping.
again, I'll tell you why. Right?
He's a direct descendant of Chandragupta.
You know what the problem is here? To call him a right winger makes no sense because one of his best jokes is like a lot of his best jokes are all religious material, with something that a right winger
Sure,
would
that's
never
what I'm
do.
saying. He's an
So is he right
atheist.
or not? I just made fun of him. I'm sorry, Nitin, you're not.
See, he's centrist in some.
You're worse than
opinions.
macroeconomics, you two monkeys. You make an interesting subject dry and boring. Just give me a one fucking joke.
There's
Where is the
no-
comedian if he's right wing?
There's no hard right wing comic in English
Yeah.
stand-up right now, but they are there.
So
they
there's a
are around.
vacancy, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So if you fail as a member of parliament, you can come back as a
Yeah.
comedian.
Also,
or vice
I think
versa.
if you are right winger in the stand-up comedy scene in India, you're a little afraid of talking about your opinions.
Because your community will
because
kill you. They'll cannibalize you.
Yeah,
They'll hurt
it's
you.
the other
Because
way.
the left wing leaning
Yeah.
AIB comedians will attack you.
all the left
Come on,
wing,
call your friends'
commies,
names. Yeah.
The left
filling up
wingers
my
are the
comedy
right
scene.
wingers of the comedy scene.
Who's the
essentially.
goalkeeper?
They are,
in all
they are.
this?
Yeah.
Even the
goalkeeper.
audience, I think, is very...
Forget the audience. It's the comics who are censoring, and it's very bad.
No, he's right. I've done a couple of these shows, and the audience tends to be more left. That
They
comes for
tend to be,
these
but
shows.
now that is
I mean,
happening.
I do 45 minutes of hardcore religion in the middle of my special, and people laugh.
Yeah.
No matter Nagpur, mein people laugh. Everybody's
So
happy.
You can't tell political affiliation. They just laugh.
No, they laugh. They don't care because it's funny. The funny is more
So
important.
you brought secularism back.
Yeah, as long as it's not insulting. See, there's a very thin line. No?
Comedians are the saviors of the country.
We always have
all
been.
right, all right. I'm a big fan of fucking comedians.
Arnab
next.
Goswami. No, he's the one who'll save us all.
Ravi Thaplial has that's actually a last name. Hi guys, he has a question for Amit and for Cyrus. For Amit, he says, I discovered podcast by listening to Gimlet's Reply All, and then recently discovered IVM's amazing podcasts. I feel there are many similarities between the two companies.
Shit, they know everything.
So were there any inspirations taken from Gimlet as a podcast?
Come on, now tell the truth.
I don't know. I mean, like, I admire the company. They do cool stuff. Startup was a fun podcast to listen to. A podcast about a podcasting company starting up, happening at the same time
Yeah.
I was starting up, was kind of...
For people who don't do narcotics, really.
I'm glad that Gimlet's doing well and that they had their $200 million exit from Spotify. And
So can they give us 100 million?
I'm hoping for it.
15 rupees also will do.
I just won my Nyaya scheme. $6,000. That's all I'm asking for. You guys, disinvest something, man.
Also, Gimlet's done some really interesting stuff with the fictional space. So I think that's also really interesting, right? The Homecoming, the Julia Roberts show came from Gimlet's podcast called Homecoming. It originated there. So I think they've done some interesting stuff there too.
She was doing a podcast.
She was
no,
she
she
did
did the live
a
version.
show
Yeah.
on Amazon, which was based on a podcast created by Gimlet Media.
That show
So
itself though, had a
Cyrus
pretty
says
big
could be a
star
huge
cast.
show with John Abraham
Yes.
as producer. Because he's a good producer.
Cyrus, he asks you, are there any Gimlet shows that you listen to?
Are there any any shows you like?
I haven't discovered the podcast medium. I have a social issue here. I get to talk to people. They don't run away because the room is locked.
Cyrus still thinks this is radio, guys. Don't.
I love radio. I miss it so much. And I just press one button.
Yeah, that's why he does
one
this.
button. I still got it wrong. 50%. Red, green. Who can tell? I don't see color bias. Yeah,
Okay.
but wait, let Aakash and you take it. You guys are a little bit more savvy. Is there some
shows?
Honestly, is there some Gimlet show that you?
I started listening to podcasts only after I did yours.
Okay, so you're fucked up.
Some time ago, and then Amit only suggested the startup podcast.
Yeah,
Actually,
startup.
I really listened to that one a lot.
That's
because
a good one,
It was
yeah.
around the time when I was starting Lasun and we were selling it off to counterculture and stuff. So in that sense, it made, and it was. I guess, I mean, it's not like a lot of what I listen to is very non-fictional.
People think it's because you're a comedian, you don't have the other side to your brain.
But I only listen. I'm only non-fiction all the time.
Business,
I'm
the
not
business
fun.
side has to tick also, and these
No, but so that's
entrepreneur
fun stuff
talks.
to listen to, right? I mean, Gimlet does a lot of really cool. They have a show called
Isn't it also
Heavyweight,
an
which is really
alcohol
good.
thing, mix, cocktail?
Yeah, so Gimlet's a
Yeah.
drink.
Oh, right,
It's a drink.
right. Sorry.
But I mean, yeah, there's what most people kind of underappreciate is how much you can learn from other disciplines.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
just
yeah,
because I'm a
good
comic
God, yeah.
doesn't mean I can't learn from an MBA.
Like kabaddi, for example. Kabaddi?
Absolutely,
The
man.
sport,
You
taught us so
gotta
much.
learn to control your breath, man.
The more important thing that I'll never hold a man wearing a ganji like that. It
You
just
have to
looks
hold
wrong.
around the thigh. You have to be comfortable with other men. See, these are things you're learning from.
Head between the thighs. That's when you
Oof.
take them down.
That's
Okay.
that's
It's
okay.
getting
then.
R-rated now.
No, not at all.
Hey, TikTok ho jayega iska jaldi.
It's all culture.
I recommend a show called Heavyweight by Gimlet. You should check it out.
About fatsos.
Yeah.
Really? Or just kidding?
No, it's about he gets two people who haven't got spoken to each other for a long time in a room and records the
So
conversation.
they don't get along.
They've had a
Yeah,
fight.
They've had a friction.
That's
for-
nice
yeah,
concept.
it's a
Let's
nice
steal it. No.
I got very sad listening to that
It
podcast.
is a very sad podcast.
Well, why?
It's,
Because it doesn't have a happy
emotionally
ending all the
heavy
time.
show.
Yeah, but
not
it's
all
very
the time.
emotional.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is sad. Like,
It
and
could be
you-
like father and son and all that.
Yeah.
And it's like you relive conversation that you never had with people.
Rahul and NaMo. Let's do it.
That should be the
Break
debate.
I
the
have
bank.
a feeling they talk to each other. quite
They
often.
laugh behind our backs. The bloody Indians don't understand. Rahul, well done, beta. Keep it up.
Okay, the last one comes from Gopal Krishnan Anantanarayan. The question is something that you will relate to, Cyrus. Why is it that when we near the elections, we end up always getting stopped by the police checking for stuff like drugs and other things in a suitcase? I have a funny incident. I was once stopped and the dog smelled my suitcase. When they opened it up, to his disappointment, he only found 2 towels inside.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
good job hiding the drugs, man.
It's a superb point, and it goes back to the master point, which is we have 2 police services, or 2 sets of police officers, one for me and one for their masters. For their masters, they're fantastic. When the VIPs are out, when the elections are out, when they have to do, especially for foreign dignitaries whose names they don't know, they're fabulous. They're standing erect, they're saluting, they're in line, they're looking good, the uniform is polished, the badge is right, everything. And then for me, they do this ridiculous stop search, and there's just a lack of respect in the body language more than the actual process is my
Yeah.
problem. I just wish they would say nice things. That's all I'm asking from a police is like, hello, good morning, how are you, beta? Or beta, now it's a bit of a stretch because I'm 47. I got to stop imagining I'm beta. That's gone now, right, guys? But, I wish they would just be nicer and do the whole thing because
I think it's one of those things where, because they're so short-staffed, like severely short-staffed, I think the nicety fades away after the
Akash, I don't care.
1000th.
I don't like this
And
one
people
word.
are also not nice to them, no?
Akash, with rickshaws, and it's not a class thing, with rickshaws, police, bus guys, parking guys, this one word culture, attendance at the airport when you park your car.
Yeah.
What is this one word thing like? Hello.
But it's just,
What is this?
just that, na, ki it's-
No. You show some love, mate. Show some love. Why can't he
it's
say it?
very easy to ask that of somebody in Norway because there are like 7 people.
No.
living there.
You're making it a
It's very
social issue because of
difficult when
population. Rubbish. You can be
Yeah.
nice. Always give everybody
You
enough.
can be nice, but nobody.
It's tough, man. I mean,
And nobody
You
even
leftist
treats
when you want to be,
Listen,
rightist when you want to be. I
you're
hate
a
you comedian
rickshawala,
businessmen. You're the
when
worst
you're a
type.
rickshawala, most of the people you talk to don't even treat you like a human being.
Have you
They
seen
don't
the
even look you
rickshawala
in the
side
eye.
of the whole thing?
But it's both sides, right? Like it's
He
not.
drives like he's going to murder himself and
I
you.
agree, but
and
the
every
aggression-
child he can find, which is not the worst thing. But, it's not right.
But these are loops. These are not one-way streets. You
See,
know?
when you deal with a lot of people, and I'm surprised that you don't feel this way, right? When you deal
When
with
you
a
deal
lot of
with-
people,
yeah,
and people are not treating your time with respect, sometimes you get short.
I have a lot of empathy for everything, but I think there's no reason to be disrespectful for no reason.
Well, you don't want to be disrespectful.
It's not-
for
nobody
no
is
reason.
disrespectful.
How many times
for
has
no
a cabbie
reason.
turned around and told you, That's it.
No, sir, you're not. It's not the same. It's very much not the same. And I'll tell you why. Because it's nobody ever disrespects anyone out of no reason. Nobody is a villain in their head. Everyone's a hero in their head. Okay, if there is that person is irked,
you've been reborn as Karl Marx, and I will now follow you to the ends of the earth. And let me tell you that you have nothing to lose but your chains. I accept everything you say, but they have to say hello to me, and I want to be saluted. Why can't they salute me?
So you try saying hello first.
But I salute them every time in Valkeshwar. Nobody salutes me back because they salute the van going ahead with great gusto. And then I salute them in my car following, and he doesn't salute me. I get there, kya kar rahe? But he said, why can't you salute me? You saluted him.
Say hi to him next time.
I say hi. Sometimes they're nice. I'm not saying they're all bad. Some of them are really friendly and nice. But most times I have this thing where they're disconnected from the public. It's only for the VIP and for the guy who, that has
but it's
to
also
end.
jarring for them, no? Like the amount...
I'm sorry, we have to wrap up. The police called. They want their clothes. Okay. They want their clothes back, Akash.
Okay, so closing statements?
One final thing.
What do you think this is?
Okay, over.
This is not a mini-series. This is Sacred Games Part 2. This is the show. Okay, folks, great news for me, not so much for you. We're going thrice a week. We're not repeating shows. We're going on thrice a week, 2 regular shows and a new one, the birth of a new one called Land So, Left Arm Not So Orthodox. It's talking cricket. 2 great minds talking cricket. One who has never played the game and the other, well, relatively less inexperienced. The one and only, what's my name? Cyrus Brocha. Land So. New episodes every Wednesday. Okay, catch us on any of the podcasting apps, please. We beg you, we need you. Send us your questions on Twitter, on Cyrus Says In. Or you can email us, even if you're not female, on whatcyrussays@gmail.com.
And that's what Cyrus says.
How many times have you motivated yourself to improve your sleep, or lose weight, or be more productive? How many times have you failed? Hi, my name is Ashton Doctor. Tune into my show, The Habit Coach Podcast, where we focus on creating small, tiny habits to improve your life instead of those big, impossible tasks. So make listening to me a habit every Monday, Wednesday and Friday on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com or on your favorite podcasting app.
Did you know that Parsis in Mumbai, instead of being left at the Tower of Silence after they die, are now cremated? And why? Because a cow fell sick in the early 1990s. Did you know that the smog in Delhi is caused by something that farmers in Punjab do and that there's no way to stop them? Did you know that there wasn't one gas tragedy in Bhopal, but 3? One of them was seen, but 2 were unseen. Did you know that many well-intentioned government policies hurt the people they're supposed to help? Why was demonetization a bad idea? How should GST have been implemented? Why are all our politicians so corrupt when not all of them are bad people? I'm Amit Verma, and in my weekly podcast, The Seen and the Unseen, I take a shot at answering all these questions and many more. I aim to go beyond the seen and show you the unseen effects of public policy and private action. I speak to experts on economics, political philosophy, cognitive neuroscience, and constitutional law so that the insights can blow not only my mind, but also yours. The Seen and the Unseen releases every Monday. So do check out the archives and follow the show at seenunseen.in. You can also subscribe to The Seen and the Unseen on whatever podcast app you happen to prefer.